Dear students, welcome to the first video class of Engineering Mechanics. Today we will be studying about the centroid and center of gravity. Centroid and moment of inertia are two important properties of a section which are required frequently in the analysis of many engineering problems. In this video, the meaning of center of gravity and centroid is explained along with the procedure to determine the centroid of plane figures. So, let's move on to the video. First of all, let us see what is center of gravity. So, center of gravity is the point through which the resultant force of gravity or entire weight of the body is acting. Simply speaking, it is the point through which the entire weight of the body is assumed to be acting. Generally, the center of gravity will be represented for bodies having weight. Here we can see three figures indicating the position of a man in three different positions. In the first figure, the man is standing upright and the center of gravity and the location of the center of gravity is marked. We can see that the weight of the man is acting in the vertically downward direction along the center of gravity. In the second figure, we can see that the position of the man is slightly inclined, but still the point of center of gravity remains unchanged and the weight of the man is acting in the vertically downward direction itself. In the third figure, we can see that the position of the man is slightly more inclined, but still the position of center of gravity is unchanged. So, from this diagram, we can see that the position of the body does not depend upon the point of center of gravity. That is, even though the body is in different positions, the center of gravity will be unchanged. Now, let us see what is centroid. Centroid is the single point about which the entire area is acting for a lamina or plane figure irrespective of its position of the plane figure. That is, it is the point through which entire area of a plane figure is supposed to be acting. So, centroid is a term similar to center of gravity itself, but the only difference is that centroid is meant for the plane figures and center of gravity is meant for bodies having volume. That is, bodies having volume and weight. Thus, centroid is applicable to plane figures only having area but no volume. We can see a triangle and the centroid of the triangle is marked. So, how will you find out the centroid of this triangle? Centroid of this triangle can be found out by drawing lines joining the vertex of the triangle and the midpoint of the opposite side. If we draw this for all the three corners of the triangle, then all these lines will be meeting at a single point and that point is termed as the centroid of the triangle. Now, let us see how to calculate the centroid of a figures having irregular shapes. So, we can see a body having an irregular shape in the figure. In order to find out the centroid of this irregular body, we have to divide the entire section into small areas. That is, the irregular body is subdivided into different small areas. Here in this figure, we have divided the area into 5 different portions, that is from A1 to A5. And the corresponding distances of each area from the y-axis is denoted as x1, x2, x3, x4 and x5, and the distances of all these 5 areas from the x-axis is denoted as y1, y2, y3 and y5. Okay. So, in order to find out the centroid, we have to multiply each area with their corresponding distances with the axes and then add up all these together, followed by dividing the obtained sum with the total area. We will get the centroidal distance. So, x bar can be found out as a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 plus a4 x4 plus a5 x5 whole divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4 plus a5. So, from this we can write it as x bar is equal to sigma ai xi divided by sigma ai. So what is this term AIXI? The term AIXI is the moment of the area about y-axis. We have already studied that the moment of a force. So what is the moment of a force? Moment of a force is the product of the magnitude of the force and the perpendicular distance of that force with the required axis. In this case, we are multiplying the area with the corresponding distance of that area with the respective axis. So here we use the term moment of area. So moment of the area is nothing but the product of the area with the perpendicular distance of that area with the corresponding axis. So the distance of center of gravity of a section can be located by dividing the moment of area about that axis by the total area. Similarly, we can find out the distance y bar also. In order to obtain the distance of y bar, that is centroidal distance of the area from x axis, we have to find out the distances y1, y2, y3, y4 and y5. Then multiply each term with the corresponding areas, sum all these terms and then divide it with the total area. That is y bar is equal to sigma ai yi by sigma ai. So we have to note that x bar is the distance of the centroid from the y axis and y bar is the distance of the centroid from the x axis. Clear? Now let us see what is the difference between the center of gravity and centroid. We have already explained about the center of gravity and also centroid. So center of gravity is applicable to bodies having both mass and weight, whereas centroid is applicable to plane areas alone. Center of gravity is the point through which the entire weight of the body is acting irrespective of its position, and centroid is the point through which the entire area of the body is assumed to be concentrated. We can see the two figures indicating the center of gravity as well as the centroid. Now let us see the centroidal distances of some simple figures. First of all, consider a square. Then the centroid of the square will be located exactly at the center point. That means if a square of side A is considered, then the centroid of the square will be located at a distance of A by 2, that is side by 2 from both x and y axes. So we can write the area of the square is equal to A square and x bar is equal to A by 2 and also y bar is equal to A by 2. Now in case of a rectangle, we can find out the centroidal distances, that is x bar and y bar, easily. X bar will be equal to breadth by 2, that is x bar is equal to b by 2 and y bar is equal to height by 2, that is h by 2. The area of the rectangle will be BH. Then centroid of a circle. In order to find out the centroid of a circle, we are considering another axis which is passing through the center of the circle. So from the figure itself, it is clear that the centroid of the circle will be at the center of the circle itself. So if we are considering another axis, that is xc and yc at the center, we will get the centroidal distance of the circle as 0, 0. The area of the circle will be pi r square. Then let us find out the centroid of a right angle triangle. So this will be a little bit confusing than that of square and rectangle. So in order to find out the centroid of right angle triangle, the centroid of right angle triangle will be located at a distance of b by 3 from the right angled corner and h by 3 above the right angled corner. So if we are considering from the right angled corner, the centroid will be located at a distance b by 3 along the x direction and h by 3 along the y direction. Care should be taken that the distances are measured from the 90-degree corner itself. Now we are having another right angle triangle having the 90-degree corner slightly away from the origin. In this case, where is the centroid located? Centroid is located at a distance of h by 3 and b by 3 from the right angled portion. In this case, we are having origin away from the right angle portion. So, in order to get the x bar distance, we have to subtract b by 3 from the base. B by 3 from the base. That is, x bar will be equal to b minus b by 3. That is 2b by 3. Clear? Then h bar will be at the same, y bar will be at the same distance, that is h by 3 itself. Now, let us see some of the common figures and their centroidal distances. So, if we are considering a normal triangle, that is not a right angle triangle, generally a plane triangle. In this case, we are having the y bar distance at a height of h by 3 from the base. So, the centroid of a triangle will be located at a distance of h by 3 from the base. Clear? Then, for a semicircle, the centroid will be located at a distance of 4r by 3 pi from the base of the semicircle. For a quarter circle, the centroid will be located at a distance of 4r by 3 pi and 4r by 3 pi along the y direction. Clear? Then for a sector, the centroid will be located at a distance of x bar is equal to 2r by 3 alpha into sin alpha and y bar is equal to 0. For a parabolic spandrel, x bar will be equal to 3a by 4 and y bar will be equal to 3h by 10. So now we have almost covered the most simplest figures in geometry, and we are now clear about the centroidal distances of triangle, rectangle, circle, square, semicircle, quarter circle, etc. So in order to do the further problems, you should be clear about the centroidal distances of the basic figures. That is, the most important basic figures are rectangle, right angle triangle, semicircle, circle, quarter circle, etc. The last two ones can be avoided if we are not comfortable, but the rest of the figures you should be thorough with. Then only you can do the problems which are coming in the further sections. In the next section, we will be studying about the centroid of composite figures. In order to start that section, you should study the centroidal distances of rectangle, square, triangle, semicircle and quarter circle for the next class. So, be prepared for the next class. Thank you.